Hello everybody, and welcome back to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where here we make unique gifts for you or for that special someone. This week, we're going to recap Friday's market, and we're also going to talk how the scammers are making out. Hello everybody, and welcome to the week of February 9th. We are flying through February here, and I don't even know how this is even possible, but here we are. So we had our show on Friday, and it was a Sip and Savor Galentine's Day event. It was a ticketed event for 60 plus people. I think the tickets were supposed to be 50 people, and they ended up selling like 61. But I think they topped out at 64, but I think some people just didn't show up. But I mean, there was a good bit of people there. So to kind of go over what happened there, it was $25 to vend there. Unfortunately, well, we did make our table fee back, but that was about it. We did not do very well at all. We were in the same room with the food, which helped us and also hurt us because people saw us, but their hands were full with food, and very few people made it back into the room after getting food. So when you came in, people were looking at my shop from the line, but then once they got the food and they made their loop, some people stopped with the food, but then other people just went right back because they had their drinks and they wanted to go. So of all of, like, for the time that I was there, I made about 6 sales. Not all that great. It was definitely a sticker night. We sold 13 stickers. I sold 1 keychain, and I sold 1 hand towel. And the hand towel is what pushed me over actually getting some cash, because I would have been stuck for sure. We ended up making about, we collected about $60, but I did offer a lot of, I had scratch offs, so every single one of those orders had a percentage off. So I gave away $17.70 in discounts. So that kind of also, it's one of those things, you offer it because it entices people to come in and shop, but then if you don't get a lot of shoppers, then you lose the money on the people that you did get. So first time trying it, not a fan, probably won't do it again. The venue was gorgeous. It was the same promoter that we used through other events, and those were great. I just don't know that this one was one where people were really overly shopping. So there were a few people that were shopping, and that's about it. Let's see. What else did we do? So this week, I did get the rest of my stickers ready for Cricut. So those I just have to print and then cut. So that's next on my list. I'm going to be working on that this week, so getting those prepped for our next event, which will be the end of March. So I have a month to do all that. I guess the good thing is I don't have a lot of stuff to replenish other than a few stickers. Some were ones that I probably won't offer anymore. My computer is losing its crap today, so we are going to be restarting this machine. It is just losing its, I don't know what it's doing. But anyway, I was able to successfully launch our Shopify store this weekend. So Friday, right before the event, before we were ready to leave, I got my site up and running and ready to go. I also sent out an email to all my subscribers that I've collected emails from in the past, and sent them, hey, we moved. I set up my big cartel with a big banner that says we moved. Nothing else is on the site. I disconnected everything. There's no shopping, no Stripe, no PayPal, nothing. I have 5 products that are hidden, and so now all you can do is click on the picture and it takes you to my .com instead of my shopping at my Big Cartel one. This has put a little wrench in the system for the scammers, which is a good thing. I have been bombarded with junk mail emails to my crafting email with weird names at Gmail, basically asking if my site is still active. I got one that I thought was worth sharing here. Welcome to getting started with Shopify. I recently visited your store to help you secure your first order. No, they didn't. I can help you drive sales to your store. For example, if I bring in 25 orders in February, would you consider offering me a 3% commission on those sales? No. And then this lovely gentleman, woman, person of whatever sent me another one with a different email address that basically said, well, how about if I bring in you 30 orders in February and you give me 5%? And the answer is still no. Then I got one from a fictitious company name that is the same people that says, can I have a quick chat with someone in charge of the store? Are you still accepting orders? No. And then I got another one that said, hey, I just wanted to check, is your store currently active and running? And the part is, I blocked the ones that were posing as people from Big Cartel. And soon as I blocked that email address, all the other ones were blocked. So I know they're all from the same person. So nice try, dude. My personal favorite was the one that came from Big Cartel that also signed off saying that they worked with Wix. Here's a news alert. They're not the same people. They're not the same company. So do your homework if you're going to try to scam somebody. But yeah. So luckily, I have gotten no orders of fraudulent card testing or anything on my new website. So they have, I believe, hit a roadblock with all the things that I've put in place with my Shopify store and with all the built-in things that Shopify offers. So I am pretty happy with the move, even though I had to spend a lot more money to protect myself. I have protected myself. And yeah, I'm moving on from this. I'm looking forward to doing all the things and trying to get Shopify, where I need it to be. And I am, adding things little by little as I can get them, because like I said, my limitations in my other store was I could not have as many products in my store. So I didn't photograph everything. I had it listed, but I didn't add them to the store because I couldn't. So now I can go in and I can add a whole bunch of stuff. I'm photographing things. I'm trying to make everything look consistent. And I think I'm doing a really good job. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my site so far. But I got to get the Google algorithm to pick me up and start getting this out to people. I am noticing an uptick in views. The one nice thing with Shopify is you get that nice little globe where you can kind of see where people are checking you out from. So I am getting some hits. My Instagram post sharing out my website got a lot of hits, and so I'm grateful. So baby steps. I'm getting there. So I am going to go upstairs and start making dinner as my day is over, and I will catch you tomorrow where we can start making some things and getting things up and running here. I do have, like I said, the stickers ready to go. I do need to make little SKU numbers for the back of them. I don't think my stamp is going to work on these because they're very skinny. So I'll have to come up with an idea. So we'll figure that out tomorrow. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. I am in good shape so far with my pups. I've spent most of my morning printing then cutting, and I gotta say, I'm only, out of all the stickers I cut, and I cut like 5 sheets that probably had, I don't know, 8, 9 pups on it. I only have 2 that I need to recut because they kind of got a little ripped. But that's not too bad, actually. So yeah, I've got some that I realized I didn't have in here that I didn't pull over, so I must have missed them when I was going through. But that will have to be a lunch thing because I am logging on to work now. But yeah, I mean, I'm in a good spot. So I've got, I realized I do need to order more sleeves, so I gotta make an Amazon purchase and get that ready, print more backer cards for it. And then my next thing is to figure out how to put something on the back of these. I think the little stickers that I had bought, let me find my roll here. They're 1-inch sized, and I got those off Amazon as well, and they work in the Munbyn. And I have a little hack for it, so I will try to remember to link it in here, and you can kind of watch that video on how I did it. But pretty much the most part is I put in little guides with a foam tape from Dollar Tree, put them on there and closed it up, and then put them in there so it had a thicker, because obviously the clamps on the Munbyn doesn't go any smaller than the 2-inch stickers. So I have it so that it attaches to the width of this, and then it has the extra. It runs along those foam tape. So check it out if you can get it to work. It pretty much prints the width. It prints 2 of those in the space of a 1-inch or a 2-inch round sticker. So you print it at the top and the bottom inside a sticker in the template, so that you kind of fake it into thinking that it's a full sticker, but it's printing a top and a bottom of the sticker when actually it's printing 2 different stickers. That's the only way that I could get it to work. And I use those little 1-inch stickers on everything. They're great for prices. They're good for little, just smaller logos to put on products that you don't want something huge. So, yeah. So I have a handful of pups that are miscuts. So I gotta recut these ones, find the ones that I missed. I must have not pulled them over off my iPad, so I'm going to have to go through and make sure that I have all those pulled over and saved. I did spend, last night was a karate night. I spent yesterday backing up a lot of my stuff. It's been a few months since I did my backup on my Mac, so I made sure I did that. Last thing I want is for it to die when I have all my stuff on there for the business. So I backed it up twice. I back up all of my personal stuff and business stuff onto a drive, and then I have just my business stuff that goes to a drive so that I have it twice just in case. And yeah, I mean, when you think about it, those drives are now like terabytes, which I'm not even close to filling, so I might as well use the space. And I have been cleaning out my folders, moving things off my Mac that's not going to happen anymore, like the wind spinners. I have the designs, but I'm not going to throw them away because I could repurpose them for something else. But I moved those off. So a lot of little things like that. But that's what I spent my time at karate yesterday doing that. And I also last night while watching TV worked a little more on my surprise collection that will be coming late spring, early summer. And it's going to be a bigger one, which is why I'm kind of getting a head start on it, and I'm having too much fun with it, which is the other reason why I'm working on it now. So I'm excited to launch that one with Shopify being able to promote it with email and pretty much everything. So I'm really geeked that hopefully this one will be a really good thing. No new scammer emails. However, you know, I'm not saying that they're not out there, but I haven't gotten any today or last night. So I am going to be picking up stuff to make my order that I received yesterday. So I have, like I said, the other small business that is near me. I'm going to be making mugs and tote bags for her small business. So I will be working on that probably this weekend and getting her something at the beginning of the week. So I'm going to be picking up the products on Thursday, and that order will be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to do some tote bags. I really enjoyed doing the tote bags, but they never really sold well for me. So it'll be nice to do them and get them out the door for her. So I am going to log on to work since my time is up. And I will catch at lunchtime where we can kind of work some more on getting these pups all cut out. And yeah, we'll see you then. Okay, we got the Cricut rocking and rolling back there, and I am down to the last handful of pups. So there's a sheet of oopsies I've got to cut yet, but I wanted to get these other ones done first in case I had others. So I'm down to the last 4, 8, 12, 18. So 2 are printing upstairs, one's cutting right now. And then, yeah, I'm going to be done. I'll have them all finished. They turned out super cute. I'm really geeked on these. I think they look really cool. Like I like them on the t-shirts too, which is why I'm keeping them as, you know, kind of a cool little, you know, keepsake kind of thing. I also have the same pups on the what am I talking about? Notepads. Sorry, notepads. So that's the same little dog that's in the corner on the notepads, and it's kind of like a nice little set. So this way I had the option maybe for like a holiday type promotion to kind of tie that in with and do like a bundle or something with all of the pups. I'm sure I'm going to think of something else to put these on. I was looking and thinking about, like with Printify, there's a ton of stuff on there. I think these might look really cool as magnets. So they would be a little bigger than they are here because these are the 3-inch size. But these might turn out really cute on magnets. So I'll have to look into that. But my lunch break is almost over. I've got another 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to plug these last through so that they can cut. I ordered new sleeves, so they will be here tomorrow. So tomorrow we can work on printing new backer cards to fill the spots. Because like right now, this sheet doesn't have any at all. But these are, you know, my little 4x4 cards, and then I have my, you know, little brand and leaves and all that good stuff on them. So that way then they're easy to, you don't see the ones behind them when you're flipping through the book. It kind of adds a nice little backdrop and canvas for those to kind of look at. So I think I'm going to go back to working on these. So I will catch you tomorrow, and we will get hopefully in a good spot in getting most of this done. So we'll see you then.
welcome to Wednesday. So I sound a little stuffy. It's because I am. Not sure if it's weather, because we had a Monday that was in negative digits, and yesterday was 52. So I sound like this today. Anyways, back to the stickers. So I printed all of my cards. Got them all printed this morning, so I'm rounding the corners and I'm getting them ready. I ordered the new sleeves, so they will be coming today, and I will be one step closer to getting all my pups in there. I did cut my new stickers for my hippie dogs last night as well. So we got the Bernedoodle and the Labradoodle. So those are both ready. I'm going to list those in the shop, and I'm going to also put them in my binder to take 2 events. I applied for another market last night, so we will see how that one goes. And yeah, this one will be sooner than later. This one will be mid-March, and so yeah, if I get in, I need to get some things buttoned up. The one thing that I did notice is I need some kind of, if I'm not doing the grid walls, then I need some kind of signage for my my table, or at least a table runner. My crafting one that I did, the decal is coming off, and I mean, that's held up for quite a few years, so I'm actually surprised. But when I put it in the dryer, the S in purpose was kind of fallen off a little. So I'm gonna need to re-iron that before we go, if I'm still using that. I just don't think I'm gonna have time to order something and get it shipped in time. My thoughts were also just getting pink fabric and buying some DTF and making my own design and making my own table runner, because I think it would probably be cheaper than getting something printed through Vistaprint. I looked at their stuff, and it can be pretty expensive. I don't want an actual tablecloth. I just want the runner, so that I can put my name on it. But I mean, to be honest, I could just get the pink fabric color that I want, and you know, I could get DTF of the leaves, my logo, do a nice big front, and then have the leaves throughout on the tabletop, so that when it's sitting on the table, you can kind of see that sprinkled through. So I think I'm going to think about that a little longer before I actually act on it, and then maybe have that for some other events. But once we start getting into the outdoor events, the tables aren't going to be, so I might just make it through this year and have something ready for the fall when we're indoors. So yeah, once I get these rounded, I'll be back to work, or not back to work, but logging into work. And I feel like I just left down here. Wait for my sleeves to come in, then I can put my stack. So I have this stack yet to go into my sleeves, the Scotty dog through the Yorkie. So I have those. I can get those into the binder, and then I need to think about the back. So I think I might do the sticker option through Munbyn and doing that. But I also was thinking of maybe putting a sticker on the actual front with the dog name on it. So I got to think about that too. That might be just a full sheet where I can put the name really small. But yeah, I'm kind of worried that putting that on there, that over wear and tear, they're going to come off. So I might have to maybe put them on the cards. I don't know. I got to think about that. I got to think about that too. So probably another thing to add to my list of things to think about. So I'm going to continue rounding these corners, and then my 10 minutes will be up, and I got a job into work. So it's not any sunlight coming in here today. I'm hoping the sun comes out. It's still pretty early, so you know, we'll see how that goes. But yesterday was a beautiful day, so now I'm itching for spring.
Good morning and welcome to Thursday. So today we finally got our pack of sleeves. So I'm working on doing the stickers. I opted to giving each one a different SKU for the color variation, just so that they're easier to restock. So I'm entering them in Square, assigning them a SKU number, printing it on my Munbyn. So I'm just doing little stickers and then putting them on the backs. So that's what we're going to see. So unfortunately, my morning got away from me. I am sick. I'm just feeling like it's back to being cold again. So now my sinuses are, it's all in my head. I just feel a lot of pressure and I sound stuffy. So I'm going to limit the talking today. But I did want to give an update. I did get accepted into another market. So this one will be that March 14th. I sent in my stuff for my application. So hopefully we will, that one's another high school one. It was only $25 and it's an area we've not done before. So I'm looking forward to being there and hopefully, make some sales. I'm trying to not turn away a lot of them only because I spent a lot of money up front on the Shopify stuff. So I kind of want to recoup some of my cost. So I'm going to continue on this little bit for the next 5 minutes until I need to log into work. And then hopefully at lunchtime I can knock out a few more of these and get these checked off my list. And then I spent last night working on some new notepads. I got a request and actually a really good idea for a notepad that is a weekly planner for grocery shopping. So I was trying to sketch out some ideas last night. So I kind of want to use those as like a tie-in with my kitchen towels. So we'll see how those go. But that's what I was working on last night while I was curled up on the couch, feeling miserable. So I'm going to continue to feel miserable by myself. So I will catch you guys either at lunch or tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have some more pups to show you and how this turns out. Good morning. Welcome to Friday. It is finally here. I am still kind of stuffy. Makes for a very difficult sleep when you can't breathe, but here we are. I think I can kind of trudge through today, especially with work and just in general, knowing that today is the last day before the weekend. So I finished and completed all of my stickers that I wanted to add. So I have this huge stack. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick this up. This huge stack of stickers. I have them all cataloged and entered into Square this way. These guys are ready to go. What we'll do is punch in that code at checkout and be able to quickly add them into the cart, but also help me keep inventory so that I know what stickers sold, so that I know what to remake for the next show. I have to do that sooner than later. So next week's going to be a lot of work. What I want to do today is I want to go through, since I got all the stickers done, is put them all by breed. Because I have some that are like leftover Valentine's Day ones that I did originally. Not every dog has one, but I have some breeds that I want to kind of phase those out. So I'm going to leave space so that if I want to put in other dogs, like I have other shirts in mine with the 3 dogs, like that, St. Patrick's Day designs or fall, if I want to put them with like little hats and scarves and what have you. I can easily make them into a sticker and not have to redo my sticker book every time. So I think what I'm going to do, even though it is a little daunting looking at no stickers there, I'm thinking I might make a tag that has the breed and put all those dogs together, and then it's a little easier for people to look too. My hippie dogs, I have them numbered, so they're easier for me to do, but not easy for the people to shop because they're not alphabetical. So at the moment, all these pups are alphabetical, the new ones. So I think I'm going to work on giving one page dedicated to each breed. The labs will be a little different because I'll have all 3 varieties of them. So they might get extra pages, but this way I can kind of clean up the book a little bit, and then that'll give me a good idea on what I'm missing, what I need to make. So I will need to replenish stickers that sold. Like I said, we sold out of quite a bit at the last event. So I need to make a few of them. Some I'm not going to remake because they just kind of lingered. And this will give me a chance to put some new different ones in. And then I got my products from that I need to make for my friend who has a small business. So I have I believe 12 or 13 mugs, a couple tote bags, and a couple cosmetic bags to put her logo on, as well as some sticker sheets. So I want to get this off the table so I have room to actually make the mugs. And I'm hoping to do the mugs and get most of that order at least started this weekend. And then lastly, before we sign this blog off, I was invited to I think it's funny. I was invited to another event, which simultaneously, and it's almost like, you know how you always say Alexa's listening. It's so strange that this event is catered around what my new collection is going to be. And I haven't accepted it yet because I need to make that happen before I can go, because they want to have merchandise. You don't have to have your whole tent, obviously your whole business, but just an element for this theme. And I giggled because I was like, oh my God, it's like they were eavesdropping and they knew that's what I was doing my next collection on. So if I can make that come to fruition, I'm going to try to work on that also this weekend while we're sitting and watching TV or whatever. I don't imagine us doing a whole lot because it felt like crap and I don't want to be outside, but you know, if it's at least a decent day, we might be outside. So I will love and leave you. I will have to log into work here in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to get as much of these stickers done and put myself in a better spot so that I can kind of start stuff tonight. And then, yeah, next week will be fulfilling order, getting new collections started, and then deciding whether I'm going to do this market. It's not until May, but I think it will be fun. I know we're going to attend it regardless, if we're a vendor or not, because it seems like it'll be a fun night. I just don't know how well I'll do. But the vendor fee is $25, so I might just do it to get in there. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But anywho, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next week when we try to tie all this together. And then, yeah, it's hit the ground running because market season is going to be upon us. So we're going to have some markets coming up real soon. So going to be a lot of prep. So I hope that you have an awesome week, and I will catch you next week. And if you like this, please give it a subscribe or a like or a comment or something so that I can get this video pushed out to people that are also doing a small business and making it up as they go. So I will catch you later. Bye, everybody.